Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the Go Mango Toku Cast. I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have
the Cinder Blaze.
Dude, welcome back. We got done watching Kyuranger just yesterday, and Space 45, and we're going to be reviewing it for you. And guess what, Alex? Guess what?
What?
I've got cake. That's right. If you're listening to this, go ahead and get yourself a snack. We're gonna relax. We're gonna have a nice discussion about this latest episode of Kyuranger. It was good.
Yeah, like it reminded me of like the older episodes of Kyuranger when they had a bit more fun with themselves. Because they decided, you know what, Anton being a serious villain really wasn't working. I'm not sure if he ever was at any point, but he was definitely trying to be.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, you know what, let's just have him have this stupid quirk where he's really proud of his genius.
Yeah.
Which he's had the entire time. But now let's have this little shitty kid just grind his gears over it. And he cracked. And it was kind of glorious to see that.
Yeah, no, like specifically for that, I love this episode. Like they took a villain and decided to give him like maybe one of the most relatable quirks that I've seen a villain have, and it's that really petty attitude, and I loved it. There's just something he felt like a real character. He was so petty. I said it in the watch along, and it was
way you said it though. It's like he's so relatable. He's so petty.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm petty, and like I got it. I immediately understood. It was an odd turn that I didn't think Kyuranger would make. Like actually give that sort of character trait to a villain. Like we haven't seen that in a while. Like all their ambitions have been either grand or just, you know, they've just been joking around. But this dude is straight up petty.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
He's one of those villains with actual character for once.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't last long, but
it was easily the best thing they could have done with that guy. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was really impressed with, that Tsurugi and Jose Cuervo fight. That was insane.
Yeah. Like I said, the watch along, that was the return of debut Tsurugi. Just like wipes the floor with everyone. Oh man. I miss how OP he looked in this fight, honestly.
And like what got me was the masterful use of I guess his power. Cuz like the way they did it, like they didn't need to have Jose Cuervo actually in the scene. So all you need to do was get Ho-Oh Soldier in a wide shot, have him running toward the camera side to side, and then just keep cutting to make it look like he's dashing, and then add some of the that fire effect. Oh man, it was efficient, it was well done. And then after that, it's followed up by this beautiful not tracking shot, but like continuous shot where the camera moves side to side above, and you see Tsurugi like zigzagging across the bridge. That was so well done too.
Yeah, it was a bit too short, honestly. I wish we could have seen more of that, but we had other things to tackle in this episode, so.
Yeah. Like, the worst part about that scene was when they all just started talking. and like we you know, it reminded me, oh, right. We're still watching this Jose Cuervo sort of situation where he's a bad guy, but maybe he's not, and Tsurugi wants to save him, but he's a bad... Like, we didn't really give enough backstory to Cuervo to really
care,
I mean, like,
or like even understand the difference. Like right now he's like I am not Cuervo. I'm Don Armage. I'm like, I don't even know who Cuervo is, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't care either way. Like, we don't even know who Don Armage is. Like, we didn't get like any flashback related to him. He's just the big evil dude. He doesn't need a flashback, but neither.
And I feel like, like when you pit anyone against Tsurugi, it's like nothing matters to him. And even in the flashback moments where he got to talk with Cuervo and stuff, and even though like he carried that guilt, it didn't really feel like we didn't get to see that a really good solid bonding moment between them. If so, it was too long ago for us to like even remember. And he, at this point, he's really showing no hesitation, to fighting Cuervo. Even telling them was, it was kind of a shameful situation for him, but like it's odd. I don't feel their connection, and that's why I'm not too connected with seeing Cuervo fall down this path.
Yeah, like, it makes us really hard to sympathize with, like, the Cuervo relationship, but, like, I'm not faulting it too much just because Tsurugi's a bit more mature than the rest of the Kyurangers, He's, like, the only one who actually, he doesn't want to do, like, the whole Super Sentai plot. He actually just wants to go finish this Danomage dude and just call it a day, or call it a legend. But like when he had those scenes where he tells us the team that it's Cuervo, you kind of do feel like he feels responsible for it, and he's kind of like handling it in a way, just like, I kind of brought about this mess and I have to finish it myself, despite how I feel about it. Like, this is my thing to do. And I get that.
No, but like the thing is, he sees it more as a situation rather than his friend has been, kind of messed with. That's why I'm not too keen on seeing that relationship.
Yeah, well, that's why Cuervo's stronger than him at this point, I'm assuming. Just so it'll force that interaction later. And I feel like it's going to happen in the next episode or so. Because, I mean, like, Tsurugi's trying to shut that out right now, but he can't do it. He's not strong enough to actually be put in the position to actually choose between, trying to save his friend or save the universe. So, like,
so I have a feeling, and this goes into like, next week territory, but I have a feeling Tsurugi's gonna die. How long do you think it'll take them to bring him back to life?
I think he's gonna die the second to last episode and get revived the next episode, or he's gonna die in the last episode and get revived in the last episode. Like,
that would be so bad. And I mean,
that is a very Sentai thing to do.
It is. I want to reference a specific Sentai that did this. It's one of my favorites, but I won't due to spoilers. I don't want to see that again. It served to make the episode weaker. It would be unique and different if Tsurugi actually lived through it and like pushed through.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like, honestly, he could live or die, and it'll probably work out fine either way.
Yeah.
I mean,
and on top of that, like, we're not even gonna. The most they have coming next is a V Cinema. After that, there's not even a crossover movie to like make a triumphant return to.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think they don't want to go down the route where he dies because, like, Lucky's way too optimistic for that to actually happen.
I mean, he was so optimistic, and his dad died, so.
Well, that's because Kota threw him like a stupid Christmas party, and he's like, "Get over it. It's Christmas." Stop ruining my Christmas.
Kota's a good character. Kotaro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else happened. I don't know.
To go along with like the awesome Tsurugi fight, the little thing that Champ and Stinger did in the fight against Anton. Actually, everything they did against Anton was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad that Zord fight didn't last too long. It didn't linger longer than it had to.
Yeah, like just seeing his little ball form just getting smacked by the Ryan bat. That's all I really needed.
One of the highlights for this episode for me was like that moment where they could have just had the crowd just going Ganbatte Kyuranger or something dumb and contrived like that. They actually had them throwing rocks at the bad guy. How dope was that? I wasn't expecting it. That came out of nowhere. I was so happy to see that for some reason.
Yeah, like it's not the best, but it was pretty good by Sentai standards. You know,
and on top of that,
that whole fake out thing they did, where where you expect them to start throwing shit at the Q Rangers, but they do it to the bad guy. You know, like it was predictable, but you know, it's nice to see it done like decently well.
No, like honestly, I wasn't predicting it because of what we've come to expect from, you know, this, like, you see Kotaro's brother just standing out there and opposing it, and you're like, oh, okay, they're just gonna chant. You know, that's where my mind was going.
I thought they were gonna throw rocks at the kid.
No, but like,
I mean, knowing Toku crowds, they would do that.
But for whatever reason, you know, like, the reason why I praise Kyuranger for having like a really good ending was because like they took all of their plot threads that they had been developing and then were tying them up really nicely. Here, it just feels like we brought back threads that ultimately didn't matter, no one cared about, could have done without, but did it well for whatever reason, brought it back and concluded something that I didn't know needed to be concluded. I don't think needed to be concluded, but it was good.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, the whole human story, like, the humans of Earth got an arc.
The way you say that, the humans of Earth got an entire arc.
Yeah, I know. And then like only 2 of the humans walked in, and then there were two animals of each going on to the. That's a good joke. Laugh. Thank you. Yeah. Ultimately, I came away pretty happy. It's just this feels like a good regular Kyuranger episode, but not necessarily. It didn't feel like we were moving toward the end, which is where I feel like this fell flat. Anytime they tried to address it, it didn't land for me.
Yeah, it's a lot. It has a lot to do with Cuervo and plot related stuff.
That and like how weak the Don Armage thing was. On top of that, when they were like, "Oh, what? They're clones?" Yes, they're clones. You know this. You knew this. Why are you surprised? This was one of the biggest plot points of like the turning plot point into sort of the final-ish areas of this show. It was ultimately what screwed the show over for me, but you knew. Why are you on about this again?
Yeah. The world may never know.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say about this episode?
No, but I'm glad that it didn't suck. Like, I'm really glad it didn't suck.
Yeah. For all its faults, I like it when Kyuranger does well, and it did well.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, guys, I think that just about does it for us. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to hear more from us each week, comment down below, tell us what you thought about this episode, and hey, keep it juicy.
See ya.